Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy, and this is Penny. And today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 29th of July. Gosh, we're nearly into August. I can't even believe it. For anyone that's new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. And I talk a lot here about the current global energies as well as the Great Awakening process. So I'll close my eyes and we'll just get started and see what comes up. Now, I'm still getting for these people waking up. I often refer to people as people that are waking up because there's a very large group of people currently on the planet that are waking up to the truth. Now, they're currently going through enormous grief, anger, hurts. They've still got resistance that these lies and deception could be true that have been coming from government and mainstream media. But we know on my channel, if you're watching my channel, we know what the truth is, and we're trying to sort of share and shine a light on it. So these people are still suffering with their struggles. So it's still that resistance. I talked the other day about when you put batteries together, sometimes they either attract, or magnets rather, they either attract or they repel. So people are like repelling government. It's got that, you can hold two magnets together and they can sometimes push each other apart. Well, that's what I'm getting for these people waking up. They are pushing away from government because they can't believe they've been lied to. Now, I talked the other day about the guide suggested that striking is the way that you can push back with government. We've had a huge amount of strikes here in Australia in every avenue. It's crazy. So we know people are pushing back. That's great evidence of people pushing back against government, and they're pushing it away and repelling what government's trying to dish out to them, like I said, on a silver platter the other week. I'm definitely getting that. There's a lot more people trying to push government away. Not you, if you're watching my channel. We've moved away from government ourselves. We physically got up and walked a long time ago. And that was a personal decision that most of you on this channel made as well, not to follow the ridiculous narrative that they were trying to shove down our throats. I'll see where else we go today. Oh. They're showing me like this is really hurting people in the hip pocket. And we know that the financial crisis is just coming like nobody's business. I talk here about August being the month where the housing market's really going to start collapsing. And we'll start to see big changes, more for sale signs, heaps of changes coming in August. But I'm definitely getting that. It says like the finances are hitting the hip pocket. But now people are hitting, like, this is what they're saying, hitting the hip flask. Now, if you think about hitting the hip flask, what the guides are trying to say is that people are kind of hitting the drink. So people are looking for that escapism from that now. And I'm not saying everyone's becoming alcoholics. That's not really what they're meaning. Or some might, because this could drive people to drink, I tell you. But it's like some people are just having to have a drink, a few extra drinks, just to cope with all this nonsense and stuff that's being fed at them because they're looking for that escapism. So this is why we're getting that pushing against government now, because people are wanting to escape it. Some people escape it into drinks. Some people go and do really crazy physical activities that give them an adrenaline fix. Some people take drugs. Some people smoke. Like, we all do different things. So this is what I'm kind of getting. This collapsing and affecting of the hip pocket is driving people to look for ways and look for outlets in their life to make them feel good, is basically what I'm saying. Not that drinking alcohol always makes you feel good. That's just an example the guides are giving me because everybody can pretty much relate to that it gives you that brain fog, not only brain fog, but it gives you that little escapism for a little bit where you feel relaxed and you feel a little bit calmer. We know how to do that. If you're here on my channel, we've found a place that we've created here called Terra Bella, which means beautiful earth. So we know that by getting back to those things that always made us feel happy inside and uplifted, getting out in nature, we've discovered all those things. So we're pretty much over here, having gone through the pushback with government early on, we've found a way to feel free of those awful resistant feelings in the body. But now these people are looking for those ways to release that resistance. And as we know, this is a soul breakdown process. The Great Awakening is about waking up and seeing the truth of what is in front of you. But not only that, it's about waking up to who you really are. So it's an individual journey. And I always say that. I always say none of this is really about winning and losing. This is about winning for yourself and regaining your strength and your power. No matter what's happened to you over the years, whether you've been bullied through school, whether you've been sacked from jobs, whether you've had things that you've been divorced. So many things can happen to us over our life. But this is about finding our way back to our real inner core and our real personal strength and power, as we always talk about. I think I got the song yesterday, We've Got the Power by Snap. So that's us. Look up that song that was on here yesterday. I'll see what else we get today. Yeah, government and these parliamentary leaders do not like the outcry. They don't want the attention or the spotlight put on any of this. Now, we know when people strike, and it's happening here, like I said, in Australia, everywhere. I said we had the garbage truck drivers and the garbage guys standing up yesterday. And you know what happens when the garbage isn't picked up? It ain't pretty. People don't like it when garbage is mounting up on their pavements. And government doesn't like it either because it puts the spotlight on the injustice. See, we know they're building their wealth. They're all giving themselves pay rise. They're all gaining from all of this, and all the little people are losing. So that's becoming more and more obvious, and that's why government doesn't like when people strike, and strike as in pushback, really. It's not just about striking. We've all got kind of different things going on globally, but that's just what's happening here in Australia. So government is not happy about it. So they're going to do anything they can to sort of ease that tension. I told you a few weeks ago they were actually coming for the unions, and they were actually going to fine the unions daily every time these train drivers, I think it was, had a strike. So this all, they try to, it's sort of like go above the people to the unions and things like that, so they gain control of it. So it doesn't make government look bad, because they sort of are like blaming the union that they haven't got control of these people. And we know how it goes here. It's just passing the buck as usual. So I'm definitely getting that. They do not want this spotlight put on anything more, because they don't want people seeing the truth. Gosh, we know it here. I'll see where else we go with this today. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of funding's going to stop from government now. There's been a lot of funding around communities. This could be in rural areas, regional areas. They're going to start stopping a lot of this funding grants. Oh, that's a disaster, isn't it? And of course, they'll use the old pool of money. We don't have any money left because of the pandemic. We've spent everything. So I feel like a lot of grants and these kind of submissions are going to, sort of saying, come to a grinding halt. I hope not, because that's how a lot of small communities survive, isn't it? But I am feeling that a lot of these grants, and when you apply for submissions and grants to get money, for example, for sporting groups or to build new sheds, and that's just an example. Can be so many other things as well. I feel like there's going to be a lot of the brakes put on this sort of stuff now, because as we know here on my channel, they want to have more control of the money and the infrastructure and what they're going to be rolling out in the next few years, as we know. This is just so tiring, isn't it? I wish we could see the drafted plans for all of this, don't you? I think that'd wake a few people up. I'll see where else we go today, but that would be a disaster if that happens, if they stop submissions and grants for the future. Oh. Yeah, and that's what they're saying. So many little towns and villages are going to kind of struggle now, because they're the things that bring the life into small towns, and that is, for example, sport and little facilities and catering for people. So I do feel like there's going to be this big halt on these financial grants, because that's not their priority anymore. Their priorities are the big wind farms, the solar farms, getting everybody smart with it and savvy with all this renewables. They don't care about the little people. We've known that for this, God, forever on my channel. We all know they don't care about the little people. This is about what they can gain from the little people. And they feel like, as we know, by controlling the little people, they get more from them. I'll just see what else we get today. I'm getting there's going to be some real historical moments coming soon. And it's going to be that power grab. There's going to be this power grab. God, you don't think they could grab any more power, do you? But I feel like with these elites and these people rolling out the agenda, there's even a power grab with them. There's people who want to push themselves above other people. Oh, one does come to mind, Trudeau. We know that he's the teacher's pet. Santa Claus. Thanks, Martin. That was a good one. We've had everyone telling us the names of Klaus Schwab down here. So this is what's happening. They're even sort of battling a bit amongst themselves, these elites and these people, because it's who's got the most power or who's implementing all the agenda the quickest. And, you know, I talked yesterday about everybody ticking off their government goals. But now they even have this, like, power battle and struggle in amongst their own group. Oh, it's so ridiculous, isn't it? I'm sure Trudeau's right up there. Oh, we know he likes the old power. I'll see if there's any closing messages today. And this is for us, if you're watching my channel. Don't be scared. Don't be frightened. Just lay low now. I've been saying that for a while. We're tired of these battles. We're battle weary. And that is why we get so tired. I know, Louise, you were telling me how tired you have had to have a nana nap or something yesterday. I've nearly had to have some myself. This has been the most exhausting few years. It really, really has. And I know that it starts to get to us sometimes, but that's when it's most important that we re-energize ourselves. If you do get tired, you just have to have a rest. That's your body telling you. A lot of us that have been through the dark night of the soul or any of these awakening processes, it's very, very exhausting on the body. And we know anyone who's suffered depression or anything like that, we have to re-energize ourselves, because what it does, it gives you that opportunity to reboot again. It's like turning a computer off if it's playing up. You turn it off, shut everything down, and you put it back on. You might do it with your modems. I do it a lot with, not my modem. Yeah, my modem, isn't it? Yes. For, you switch these things off and then you put them back on, and then they reboot, and then they are all crisp again and they run a lot more efficiently. Well, that's exactly what we're like. We're just like that. We've got to take that time out, and that's why it's so important here for you guys watching my channel that we continue to remove ourselves from all this stress and people waking up and all that sort of energy that's very draining. We have to stay upbeat and in our strength and our power and in our good stability. I often talk about that visual of us standing like a knight with our sword, with our hand on our hip, in a very good head up, being confident with our values and our beliefs. And that's what I'm sort of getting today. You know, it gets back to that song, I've Got the Power by Snap, because we have got the power. We've got the power to take our energy back and maintain it. And that's why it's so important that we rest and that we protect ourselves. We always talk about protecting ourselves over here in Terra Bella, the beautiful earth that we've created for ourselves now moving forward. So that's very important today, that we do a reboot on ourselves. And that's the message I'm going to leave you with today. Maybe we all need to go and reboot ourselves. Maybe get out in the garden, dig in the earth, go and have a nap, have a nice wine or a little bit of escapism somehow. Whatever you do to escape, might be to read a book. Probably not the Covert Agenda storybook. I wouldn't be reading that. We got written out of that, like I said anyway, so we're not even in it. Not worth reading anymore. All right, so I'm going to leave you. I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'm going to go take Penny for a walk if she ever wakes up. And the sun is starting to come out now. So I'll say goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye. Bye from Australia. Bye, Penny.